Hi everyone, this is Mr. Brown with the third video in this series. So far we've drawn our bearing housing, our disc brake, and now we're going to draw a pencil box. So you should have the drawing there. I'm going to head straight in here and create a part studio and click on that part studio, and here we go. So remember, we're making all in the same document. Okay, this one is a bit more straightforward than you actually think. So we're going to go here, click sketch. We're going to sketch on the top plane. We're going to look at it from the top. We're going to come in, center point rectangle. Make sure we click on that origin point. Just in case we don't, I'll show you what happens. So we're going to click there. We're going to come down here, and this dimension is going to be 112, and the other dimension is going to be 220. Alright, so you can see that it's obviously not in the center. If yours is still blue, even if it looks like it's right over it, I think you can just drag it on. The other thing that you can do, the thing that I prefer to do, is just hit coincidence. So that just means touching that point, and there you go. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these planes for now because they're just a little bit annoying. We're going to come up here to offset, click offset. We're going to offset everything. We're going to offset it in 12. Okay, and now we're going to get a little bit fancy. We're going to click line. We'll just do this on 1, so we'll do it on this one. We're going to come up here and approximately half, we could do it this way, I guess. Come across from here. So that's 12. We want roughly 6, but you're not going to get it like this, so just about there, and then straight up. Hit D for dimension between those 2 points. That's how we specify 6, and it should be black. Okay, once it's black, which means fully constrained, we're going to come up here and go mirror, and we need to select our mirror lines. So I might turn our planes on just to make it a bit easier. So we'll use this as our first mirror line, the front plane, and we are going to mirror that line and that line, and then we're going to right click escape mirror, hit mirror again, and now our line's going to be our right plane, and now we're going to click that, and that, and you should see it pops on the other side. Escape mirror. I'm just going to get this out of here so I could see. Same with you. Click that there. Alright, perfect. So now we're ready to start extruding some. So I'm going to get rid of these planes. Click tick. Hit extrude, and you get rid of the planes by pressing P on your keyboard. Or you can come up here and turn them off individually. I'm going to do the sides first. Now, according to the drawing, these things come up 65 millimeters, and then new, which it should do automatically, and that should look like that, not symmetric. Okay, we need to turn our sketch back on, and now we're going to extrude the back and the front. We want it to be the same as what we've done, so we're going to go up to face, and we're going to click on this top face here, and that should bring it all the way up. So it should be starting to look like a pencil box now from the outside. Solid, new, you should have 4 parts down here, click tick. The next thing that we're going to do is, I find it easier when I'm doing this just to turn off all of these. So make sure you're looking at it and you can see the bottom here. We're going to extrude the base. So we're going to click all of these. The base is only 3. So you can see how thin it is, but instead of, see how you can see the origin points here and we're going up, we actually want to go down, because when we do put these parts on, they sit from the origin point up, so that is important, otherwise you won't get the size right. Alright, and we want to right click on a part that's hidden, show all parts. Alright, so we're looking pretty good. So we got the basics down. Okay, a little bit tricky here. On our drawing, we've got a 5mm gap to the top of our lid, and then the lid is 3mm. So what we're going to do is select plane. We're going to click on this top face here like we did before, and we're going to send it down 3 plus 5. So it should do the maths for you, except you want to send it down, not up. So if it looks like that, I'm clicked on the front button there, send it down here and click there. Perfect. Alright, now we want to draw on that plane. So we're going to sketch, and you can click plane 1 here or plane 1 there, it doesn't matter. We're going to use some lines from our sketch, so click use. Yes, because we're sort of, our plane is cut through, and if we hide all the parts, you'll see there's actually nothing on the plane. So we need some reference point. So that's why we need to click use. So I'll show you the difference here. We'll click, what do I want? I want that. I want the back. So the front line and the back line, I definitely want that point and that point. And I think that's all I can do. So if I click, I'm not finished yet actually, but I will show you this. Hide all the parts. Now you can see those lines are there on our sketch. So that means the computer or Onshape can see those lines. Now I'm going to go up here to corner rectangle. I'm going to click on this point here. I'm going to go to this point here and go straight up, and then I'm going to put it somewhere here. It should all be black except for this. Hit D on your keyboard for dimension. The distance between there and there is 6. So if I hide all the parts now, you'll see I've got this that looks like our base. And what I might do is just extrude it here, so I only want it 3. I might turn some of my parts on just to make my life easier. So yep, it's going up. Perfect. You don't want it down, you want it to go up. Remember we said 5, which is our gap, plus 3, so we've drawn on the bottom of where the lid is. And then click the tick. Alright, show all parts if you haven't got them shown already. So you'll see that this is being funny. We'll turn that plane off because we don't need it. So it's basically there's 2 things there, and we're going to deal with that right now. Alright, so at the moment, if I turn that off, you can see that that's halfway through, but the lid hasn't got the groove in there, so we're going to do that now. What we're going to do is head up to Boolean, subtract. Our tool is the lid that we just drew, so it's this part or part 6. The targets are the front, the right hand side, the left hand side, and the back. So all the sides, or basically everything except for the lid and the base. We're going to click the tick. Now what we'll do, if we turn this part, if we turn the lid off, whoops, you'll see that there's the groove. So the lid has made the groove for us, which is good. The next thing we need to do is join the handle and the lid. We're going to make them the same part. So we go back up to Boolean. It looks like 2 semicircles, like a Venn diagram. We're going to go union this time instead of subtract. Our part is just anything that's there, get rid of it, is the lid and this bit here, which I'm going to call the handle. Click the tick. So you'll see it's all the same color now, and it's all, for me, part 5, so that's the same part. Show all parts. Beauty. Alright, so we're pretty much up to making the lid work now. So it's time to make that lid work, and we can't do it in here. We need to go into assembly and do it. So we're going to click on assembly. It should look something like this. We're going to insert. We've got a few of our parts already. You can click there and you'll see all the different parts. I'm just going to click Part Studio and bring them all in at once. And then I'm just going to sort of zoom out a bit and click there. Alright, click the tick. This orange, for me it's orange, this lid, I'm going to move that away to the side. Then I'm going to, I like to look at it from the base, select everything, okay, and you're left with this sort of funny looking thing that's got all these dimensions on it. What we're going to do is this circle here, we're going to right click, we're going to go move to origin, and then we're going to right click again and we're going to go fix. Fixing it means you can't move it. So see if I drag this I can move it around, but now I drag this I can't move it around. It's not perfect. Ideally I want that origin point at the bottom, but because there's 5 parts in this I just can't find a way. If you find a way, please let me know. But that's good enough for what we're doing here. And the origin point isn't crucial. You could even sort of hide it if you really want to. Alright, now for the magic. Up here is all of our different types of mates. We want a sliding mate, so you can see sliding mate. Now, the hardest bit about these mates is actually selecting the right things. So what we need to do is to have a piece on this lid and a piece on this pencil box that touches. So I'll do it wrong to start with and you'll see what I mean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click, you can see that it is a bit finicky. I want that corner there. Alright, so looking from the front, that's the front left. So if I go over here and I zoom in and I put this mate here, and sometimes it's easier just to go isometric, you'll see that it's not fitting in properly. You can press play and it slides the right way because the mates are facing the right way. It goes backwards when it should go forwards, but we can fix that in a second. But it's not where it should be. So I'm going to get rid of the bit that I just did, and actually I'm just going to get rid of it all so it all goes back. And now let's do it the right way. So I'm going to click the same point here, that top looking from the front left corner, even though you're going to be looking at it from the other side. And then around, zoom right in. I find it a lot easier to zoom right in. Click there, off it goes, isometric to find it. You can see it looks right. We're going to hit the play button and it's sliding. Alright, but it's sliding the wrong way. So our Z is negative 220. And what's happening there? Alright, and our Z here is 0. And you'll see that it sort of slides in where it should. Clicking that flips a primary axis. I don't think you want to do that. This button here flips an axis too. That can come in handy, but not for this one. And an offset will mean that it starts away from where it should, which we don't want to do. So click that. You can slide it out with your mouse, and that is a sliding pencil box done. Fantastic. Make sure that you rename it pencil box. I really should rename all these bits here too, to make sure. And Mr. Brown magic, there it is. So all the pieces are renamed, and lid slides in and out, and the sizes are right. Perfect. Alright, fantastic. Well done on this one. It can be a little bit tricky, but when you approach it the right way, it just makes it a lot easier.